Hello, so this video will be kind of a quick guide on how you can get a sub 5-minute run when speedrunning the 1K% category on City Skylines 2. That is the category that requires you to get 1000 population as fast as possible. Now, before I start explaining anything, I just want to mention that the speedrunning category is still pretty new, so the strategies are always changing. So if this video was posted a while back when you are watching it, I recommend just looking at the world record and doing whatever it does. But this video should still give you some pretty good tips overall for speedrunning this game. And another thing I want to remind you to do is to go to your Paradox mods before speedrunning and check that you are on the initial playset with 0 mods. Or, well, any playset with 0 mods, because in speedrunning mods aren't allowed. You need to speedrun the vanilla game, and your run won't be accepted if you're using mods. So, first of all, let's look at the maps here. So currently all the best maps are, or all the best runs I should say, are done on the Coral Riches map. I don't know if there is really a specific reason for it. I just saw that the other person that had the world record before me was using this map, so I just used it as well, and it seems to be working pretty well. So if you want to really try hard, then maybe you could try out some other maps as well. I'm really not sure if this is the best option. Maybe it's more personal preference as well. But I will be showing the tutorial on this map here. And you want to have these settings: unlock all disabled, unlimited money disabled, unlock map tiles also disabled. That is the most important things. I think you can also have natural disasters off. I think that's allowed in the rules, but I'm not sure, so better to just keep it on. I mean, natural disasters will not affect your run anyways, they won't even be unlocked. So just click start game and get ready for your run. Okay, and so immediately after loading in, the first thing you want to do is to speed up the game. That is the first thing you want to do. And I will be pausing in this tutorial, but obviously in the actual speedrun you do not want to pause at all. So after you have sped up your game speed, and by the way, you want to do that first because that actually starts increasing your demand over time, even if you haven't even done anything yet, so that is the first thing you want to do. Just speed up your game. So the next thing you want to do is to go to your electricity tab, grab this small coal power plant, and get ready to place them. So place 3 of them, you will get this notification of Tiny Village. And I recommend, instead of going over here to press the close button, just click escape on your keyboard real quick and keep placing factories. So you will need to place 9 of them in total until you unlock Small Village. It is 9 of them, right? Yeah, it is 9 of them. So place 9 of them until you unlock Small Village, press escape on that as well, and then immediately delete these factories with the bulldoze tool. You need to delete them because you will actually need the money for them, so you can't just leave them over here. Then the next thing you want to do is just click this map tile button down here and buy exactly these 6 map tiles here. This is what I have found works the best, for my runs at least, but again, if you are running this on a different map, then there could be better options out there. This is probably not the best option, I'm not saying it is. A better option just hasn't been discovered yet. I will mention that I have also tried experimenting with these tiles here, or even something like this kind of thing, but I don't know. I just like this setup the best. So just click purchase, press escape again, it will throw your camera back to the starting position, so you will just want to go back as soon as you can. Grab your road tool, select the grid mode, and place it like this. Go from this corner, go horizontally first, because that will give you wider grids and it's easier to place the road that way. And drag down, and just place the road. Now, it can sometimes be tricky to place. but it doesn't really matter, like the placement doesn't really matter that much, so just start spamming the click button until it places, something like that. Yeah, just make sure that you don't get too annoyed at it, because I have had runs fail just because I couldn't place this initial grid, because the highway just doesn't let you for some reason sometimes. Sometimes it lets you, sometimes it doesn't, so just keep trying and one time it will work. And after that, the next thing you want to do is go to your zoning and grab this medium density housing. Now in this run we will be using only medium density housing. I don't know why it's faster, don't ask me about that, but I discovered that it's faster to use just medium density housing. So yeah, just use medium density housing. I mean, maybe there's another strategy that hasn't been discovered yet with mixing in some of the other types. Maybe you can be the one to discover it, but yeah, for now the world record uses this strategy. So then you want to place these medium density housing like this in a 2x4 space like this. And I should also mention that this placement here is what you are basically speedrunning to. You want to place this medium density housing as quickly as possible in the run. That is the main thing that is gonna determine your time. Because after you place this housing, it starts a timer. Like when these building lots appear, it starts a timer of 60 seconds from when you zone it in to when the first person is gonna move in. So the faster you place these medium density housing, the better. Then you just want to quickly place some commercial and also some industrial. Now don't worry about filling everything up yet, you will do that later. Just place some of each other type for now, but yeah, have all of the medium density housing placed immediately in a 2x4 grid. And then the next thing you want to do is go to the electricity tab and place the transformer station. Connect that up to the outside, and you will also need to grab the water and sewage pipe and connect that up to the outside. And then right after that you will want to go into your money and taxes and change all of the taxes to -10%. So then right after that you will want to go to services, go to electricity and adjust the service fee down, do the same for the water. And then for the healthcare, increase the budget, and for education, also increase the budget. Those are the 4 tabs that we actually care about. And then right after that, do not exit out of this tab yet. The next thing you want to do is go ahead and take a loan, the maximum amount that the game lets you. And so after taking the loan, the next thing you will want to do is place the healthcare, which I recommend placing this larger medical clinic instead of this small one. At first I tried doing a lot of runs with the small medical clinic, because, I mean, in theory it should be enough to sustain a city this big, but I found it to be slower for some reason, so I recommend placing the larger medical clinic. Place a cemetery as well. I place it right here on this right side, so it's more near the residential. And you will also want to place a regular elementary school. And same thing as for the medical clinic, I tried to use the small version, but it didn't seem to work so well. So just place the big one and it should be better. So after placing all of these service buildings, you will want to connect up the rest of your roads, which is basically just down here. Make outside connections with the rest of these roads. Like, you don't have to connect all of them up, it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But if you have the money for it still left, then just connect all of them up. And then after that, if you still have the money, then I would recommend making a road like this, or maybe even from here, make a road like this, at least that's what I do, and connect it up to just this highway that is exiting the city, not both of them. If you connect it up to both of them, then you will have traffic issues, but if you connect it up like this, then I find that it actually helps with your traffic. And yeah, and then with your leftover money, the only other thing you can really do is go to your cemetery and buy this mausoleum that will give your city some extra attractiveness. I also do it in my run. I'm not really sure how much of a difference it makes, but I mean, you will be going into negative money soon anyways, so just place one of these, or maybe even a temple if you have the money for it. That would even be better. It would give +2 well-being instead of just attractiveness, but in my runs I usually don't have the money for it, so just place the mausoleum instead. And so after that, you just want to finish zoning in the rest of the industrial areas. Just zone literally everything else as industrial. Like everything. Except for maybe these bits right next to the residential here. I personally don't do that because I think that would prevent people from moving in. But up here it's fine, I think. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. And after that you basically just wait. Now ideally, I was pausing the game a lot to explain everything, but ideally around this time that you are done with placing everything, you should already have like about 100 population. So yeah, this is basically the main part of the run done now. Now you can just kind of sit back and relax a little bit, but you can't really take your hands off the keyboard completely, because you still have to be ready. Because once you reach this next milestone here, it will do the pop-up again, and that pop-up actually automatically pauses your game. So you want to be ready on your keyboard with your finger over the escape button, ready to exit out of that. Because obviously if your game gets paused, then that's bad, and that's slower. And also the same thing for these signature buildings that you will unlock. You will unlock 2 of them during the run if you do everything the same as I do. And you will also need to be ready to press escape on them. They also pause your game. Yeah, so as you can see, I just got this pop-up here, and you can see in the background that the game is paused. So you just want to be ready with your finger over the escape key, and as soon as this pops up, just click escape, and you will be back to the game, and it will continue. And right around the same time, you should get the signature buildings. The first one will be Polaris Suits. As you can see, that also pauses the game. You want to still be ready. You want to also press escape on that as quickly as possible. Go to your signature buildings and immediately place it. Just somewhere in your residential area, but I should mention that you need to be careful to not place it over the top of existing buildings, because if you do that, it will delete the buildings and you will lose a bunch of residents and your run will basically be dead. So make sure to place it in an empty area, but somewhere in your residential area. And a little bit after that, you should also get the industrial signature building. Oh, there it was. I accidentally clicked off it immediately. But yeah, it will be the chemical plant, and I'm not really sure if it makes a difference at all to how fast the run is, but I just usually place it right here, just in case it makes a difference. I mean, maybe it does make a difference, it has employees, maybe it makes more people move in, but we're really near the end of the run anyways. So yeah, and after you place this second signature building, you're basically done, and you need to just wait until you reach 1,000 population. As you can see, we have just reached 1,000 population, and it really didn't take that long at all. And so now, after explaining everything to you really slowly, I will actually do a live run just to show how everything looks when you do it a bit more quickly. Now, I will not do multiple takes of this, so this run might be a little bit slower. Usually with this strategy, a normal time to get is around 5 minutes exactly, but if you get a really good run, then you could get world record, like I did with 4 minutes 41 seconds. So yeah, let's just hop right in, and hopefully I don't mess anything up, because I will be only doing 1 take of this. I will also try to explain everything again as I'm going. So speed everything up, go ahead and place these factories, delete all of them, then go and buy these tiles, get your grid tool, place the grid, come on, please place, okay, That's okay, that was kind of slow, but I will not reset. Place these residential, some commercial, some industrial as well. Then go ahead and place your electricity, sewage and water as well. Go to your taxes, lower everything as fast as you can, of course. Put the service fee here, here, increase the budget here and here. Take the loan, place a small medical clinic. And I didn't mention, I should also mention, when placing any of these buildings, you also want to be careful to not place it over existing residential buildings. And so then just make some more outside connections with your roads. Okay, kind of messed one up, but that's fine. I also like to do this road, that's kind of just personal preference. Place this mausoleum while I still have money for it. And let's zone in the rest of the industrial. Now the city is basically all industry. That's normal for this speedrun strategy. Oh no, okay, yeah, you see, I messed up quite a bit here. Okay, seems like... oh, never mind, it's deleting these buildings now. Okay, so, yeah, usually I would reset, but you see what I did wrong there. I dragged the industrial tool over that, so, yeah, this run is gonna be a bit slower. So we're at 100 people, 5 seconds behind the world record pace, which is not that bad, actually. So yeah, I messed up a little bit there, but at least you could see what a mistake looks like in this run. So yeah, now you have negative money, there isn't really much to do, you just wait and be ready to click escape as soon as you hit the next milestone. Oh, I forgot to do the split for 250 people. Not sure if it was faster or slower. Oh well, whatever, doesn't really matter. This timer app here, by the way, it's called Live Split. You can download it for free. It's a free app, and it could help you. Well, it's not required for speedrunning, but it definitely helps. It helps both the moderators to validate your time faster. It also helps you while speedrunning because you can set splits for different populations and you can see if your run is decent or if it's slower, and maybe you should just reset and try the next run. Yes, I just got Polaris suits, so go ahead and place that. Exit out of this as well. Yeah, sometimes you get the first signature building before the milestone, so you need to be ready for that as well. Just be ready to get the chemical plant, there it is. Just place it here. Don't think I went over any factories, so should be fine. Maybe just place another mausoleum. Yeah, missed it. I had the money for it for a little bit, but missed it. And wow, I have a lot of traffic here for some reason. Yeah, sometimes that just happens. It kind of depends on how lucky you get with the initial grid placement. Because if you place it like this and it makes a weird intersection like this, maybe you will get a bunch of traffic and obviously that slows down your run. So, yeah, not really much you can do about that, but this is still gonna be a decent run, at least just to showcase. Yeah, so my fastest run has already finished at this point, so that just kind of shows with the same strategy there can still be quite a bit of difference. You still need to get a good run, basically. So we're really close. And that's 1,000 people. At 4 minutes 59 seconds, actually under 5 minutes. So yeah, with this strategy it is quite easy to get under 5 minutes. I hope you find this kind of tutorial on speedrunning helpful. Maybe if this is your first time even hearing about speedrunning City Skylines, it's actually quite a fun game to speedrun. I recommend you try it. So yeah, if you made it all the way to here, then thanks for watching, and goodbye.